Welcome to Wise Minds, Wild Hearts, the podcast for heart-led high achievers just like you, ready to take inspired action and achieve true alignment. If you're craving deeper influence, greater impact, and a life that genuinely lights you up, you're in the right place. I'm Kip Clark, former academic turned entrepreneur, transformational coach, elite athlete, and shameless fountain pen addict. Here, you'll learn how to leverage the beautiful wisdom of your years with the wild passion that drives you forward. Together, we'll break through those limiting beliefs, unlock the power of your subconscious mind, and create a life that aligns with your soul's desire. Ready to create the kind of impact you've always dreamed of? Let's do this. What if the secret to your next big breakthrough wasn't more effort, but was about letting go? I'm Kip Clark. Welcome to this episode of Wise Minds, Wild Hearts. And today I want to talk about control. High achievers often equate success with control and effort. They equate it with working hard, working long hours. But surrender can actually be one of the most powerful tools in their arsenal. So this episode is meant to challenge your belief, if you have it, that success only comes from pushing harder and controlling every detail. Now, I get it that letting go, even contemplating letting go, feels counterintuitive to you because it used to feel that way to me too. And honestly, it still does occasionally. As high achievers, we tend to thrive on action, on measurable progress, and on control. So letting go feels counterintuitive because we may equate letting go with giving up or with losing control. Remember that it's the ego's job to keep us safe. And for some of us, that means being hypervigilant and controlling everything. The ego thrives on certainty, on routine. It thrives on predictability. So anytime we're attempting something that breaks away from that safety, that routine, the certainty, the ego's going to get a little cranky with us. For countless generations before us, heightened danger, even existential danger, was a clear and ever-present reality. It was a day-to-day issue. So it's in our very DNA to avoid risk and to play it safe, and that can include trying to control everything to keep it safe. We believe if we control everything, we prevent those defined or undefined risks from ever appearing. The problem with controlling or trying to control things, well, first of all, it's exhausting. It's one of the quickest ways I know that leads to burnout. It also prevents others around you. So if you've got a team of people that you're working with and you're trying to micromanage them, you're trying to control everything you're doing, it's going to prevent them from expressing their own creativity and brilliance, which could actually create a much better result than you would have by controlling it all. Some leaders I've spoken to who are struggling with leadership tell me they sometimes feel they can't trust the people around them. They can't trust everybody on their team to do as good a job as they would do themselves. But the interesting thing is that people tend to live up to our expectations of them. So if we feel a person is untrustworthy, we'll experience that person that way. But if we can let go and trust that a person can perform at a high level, most of the time, that's exactly what will happen. And make note of this. When we say we don't trust another person, what we're actually saying is that we don't trust our own ability to handle whatever may happen with that person. But all you need to do is look back on your life and think of all the times you handled stress or adversity, and you'll see that you can handle whatever comes your way. And ironically, by trusting those people around you, the chances of something going wrong actually goes down. People tend to respond well and to work more diligently when they know they're trusted. An interesting study published in Psychological Science journal reveals how control in the form of perfectionism, and that's a trait commonly seen in high achievers, that perfectionism often backfires. People with perfectionist tendencies who can't let go of needing to control every outcome experience higher levels of stress and burnout, which negatively impact their long-term success. On the flip side, though, those who practiced a kind of adaptive perfectionism, so that's where they're striving for excellence, but they release control over the specific outcomes. So those people that practiced that kind of adaptive perfectionism, they demonstrated overall higher performance and satisfaction. I would love it if we could just remove the notion of perfectionism altogether from our psyche. Replace it with excellence, because excellence it's a different standard. It's still a very high standard. It's one of the highest standards, but it releases that need for everything to be perfect because frankly, rarely in life is everything perfect. Now, for myself, I know I have never thrived in an environment in which someone is breathing down my neck or trying to control everything I'm doing. I've been in that situation a few times in my life, much earlier in my career, and I can tell you it never allowed me to be at my best. Those times when I was truly thriving were times when I felt trusted, I was given the latitude to make my own decisions and to let my own creativity shine. So what you probably don't realize when you're trying to control everything is that you're likely inadvertently creating the opposite of what you want. So what we need to do here is to frame this idea of surrender, of letting go, of allowing for us high achievers. Because, first of all, the idea of surrender is not passive. It's just about releasing the resistance and trusting the process, trusting you can handle whatever comes your way because you can. And letting go of the outcome doesn't mean you're abandoning the goal. It just means you're creating space for unexpected solutions and even better outcomes to show up. When we hold too tightly to expectations, we limit our creativity, we remove the opportunity for serendipity to show up and for innovation. When you let go, on the other hand, you create room, you create space for these beautiful forces to work in your favor. So, a few practical ways that you can start letting go. And I suggest just starting small with this. So first of all, trust the process and do start small. So take one small goal where you may be feeling stuck and just consciously release the need to control every detail with it. Focus on what you can do on it today and let go of the specifics of how its success will unfold in the future. Next, remind yourself that you will be able to handle whatever comes your way because you always have. Now, it may not always have been smooth or elegant, for sure. I've had some very unsmooth, inelegant experiences, but the point is that you did and I did. We have, in fact, handled everything that's come our way. So identify some areas now where you find yourself wanting to control other people's actions or just to control everything about a particular situation. And think about the ways you've handled this in the past. If it's a brand new situation to you, then just think of how others who have handled it, what did they do? And then look to implement whatever they did. Next, practice non-attachment. So this is really just letting go of the outcome. Start small here. Set an intention in the morning for something you want to happen during the day, and then just practice releasing the attachment to how it turns out. It's like anything. The more you practice, the better you'll get at it, and you'll soon start noticing you're not as burned out or stressed out as you used to be. And then lean into the flow state. So find those activities that put you in that beautiful state of flow where you're unconcerned about the outcome. You're just completely engaged with what you're doing. Time seems to slip. You're just totally immersed in it and having a fantastic time. So That could even be just shifting out and going and doing something different, going for a run, going for a swim, taking some time to journal, doing a meditation, taking a beautiful walk in the woods, anything that allows you to bring your energy back to your bigger goals, doing something you love where your vibration naturally elevates, and then leverage that elevated energy to create what you want, but letting go of the outcome. This is a powerful, powerful shift for you to surrender to divine forces. Those forces are greater than any one of us, but they're also connected to all of us. We all have the divine within us, and the best way to achieve success in our lives is to acknowledge that we don't have all the answers. We don't need to have all the answers, and it's actually much, much better when we don't have all the answers. When we let go of the control and we allow support in from the divine consciousness that resides in all of us, we're golden. There's nothing we can't accomplish when we surrender the how to a higher force. We remain firmly fixed on our beautiful vision, yes, absolutely, but we let go of the outcome. We let go of the how. Let me know how this lands with you. And if you'd like some support with this, you can reach out to me at kip@kipclark.com, or you can connect with me on Instagram. I'm at Kip Clark Coaching there. Your next Wild and Wise upgrade awaits, and I can't wait for that to happen for you. All right, my friends, that's it for this episode. If this has been helpful to you, let me know. I love to hear about all the positive changes you're making in your life. And if there's someone you know who might benefit from hearing this message, please share the love, my friend. See you next time on Wise Minds, Wild Hearts.